All right. Do any of you feel insecure every waking moment of your life? I am so glad I'm not alone. I used to keep a lot of my personal life private because I was afraid the more people learned about me, the more creeped out they would get. And then I came to the conclusion that by being so secretive all the time, I was being creepy anyway. People wanted to ask me, "Oh, Nathan, just what are you trying to hide, you cutie pie? Did you commit a murder?" Okay, so like Ryan Danley, I also have the profile of a serial killer, but like a different brand. More like serial killer who can pass as boy next door. Yeah, yeah, so, anyway, so the secret is, like, I'm not a serial killer. I was just homeschooled. And the thing is, I want to ask you, anyone else here homeschooled or knows somebody who homeschools? Okay. Be perfectly honest with me. Can you just tell by looking at me that I was homeschooled? There you go, you see? It's just, I just have too many tells. It was pointless keeping it a secret. It was really obvious when I was a young man that I never dated in my teens, but I watched a lot of movies. For a little while, I thought an appropriate way to flirt was just to randomly break into song. Hey, adequate-looking female. I admire your neck. I like to put my hands around your neck. Just to gently caress it. Okay. I'd like to take this time as an opportunity to remind everybody that I'm not actually a serial killer. I was homeschooled. There is a difference. So I never dated in my teens. So I wasn't an adult until I had that very special experience for the first time of getting bullied by teenagers. For a little while, I worked in the public school system, teaching high school. I learned very quickly that was a bad career choice. I've changed careers, and now I currently have a desk job in the financial industry. And I've discovered that operating a fax machine is still a very relevant skill. I spend a lot of my job sending faxes. Has anybody here ever used a fax machine? Okay. You, sir. What's the most frustrating thing about using a fax machine in your experience?
Knowing how to dial out with it.
Knowing how to dial out, exactly. So frustrating. And the thing is, you don't know if fax has been received until you get a response. Also, you cannot block fax numbers. So, can we imagine what our dating lives would be like if we had to rely on fax for all communication? I mean, if you get a fax that's an unsolicited dick pic, the best you can do is ignore it. And the problem might not actually go away, because the person who sent that dick pic just might be thinking, "Oh, I just dialed the wrong fax number. So I'm going to send that dick pic again. She's going to love it." Yeah. Redialing that fax number for all eternity. So, speaking of people who have no filters, I want to talk about the most unprofessional person I've ever had to work with. For the sake of this story, we'll call him Larry. Larry would do a lot of personal business at his desk, like passing gas. He would just be sitting casually inside his cubicle and would let one rip without any warning or apology. I was impressed, that he had so much confidence in his flatulence. And he would also use his work phone for a lot of personal calls. I'm going to reenact one conversation that I overheard. "You're closing your business? You have my pants. I need my pants." He was calling his dry cleaners, so, and that was his voice. One time, he called a coworker a dickhead to his face, and at that point, I just had to walk over to his desk and just tell him that he was being really rude and also really loud. And his response was, "Well, you're really loud when you giggle." Yeah. Thankfully, I've not heard only giggles tonight. I feel like I'm doing better than that because giggles are not very loud. Anyway, so the moral of this story is there are people out there who are weirder than Nathan Franklin. Yeah. Believe it. Was Larry homeschooled? I don't know about that. I think it's more likely that he might be a serial killer. He started stalking me after I confronted him, and he would pull me down to the cafeteria to watch me eat my lunch in silence. Anyway, he's not stalking me at the moment. At least I think so, so I'm pretty safe. I think one thing we all agree on is homeschool kids are weird. Case in point. When I relocated to this fine city 7 years ago, I found my true calling, and that was to keep Portland homeschooled. And that's my time. Thank you.